y'all, and welcome to today's video. I have my full thoughts on some new products that I've been testing out. Some of these products are new launches that I've been testing for the past few weeks. Some of these are products that launched a while ago, but they're new to me. I have my thoughts on them. I am going to be doing lots of speed reviews on some new products today. And if you're new here, I want to say, hey, my name is Heather and makeup makes me happy. Here at my channel, we don't try to be perfect. We just want to have a good time with our makeup, whatever that means. I do upload lots of new videos every single week, so I hope that you will subscribe before you leave today. But I have a lot of makeup here in front of me, some skincare. We're going to talk about it all. Let's jump into it. Okay, so all of the things that we are going to talk about today are products that I have maybe used in some first impression videos or get ready with me's or tutorials, things maybe I've shown on Instagram, stuff like that. I love doing like videos on new products and stuff like that, but I always think it's important to follow up. When I really put something to the test, when I have my full thoughts together, I want to give y'all a review. So that's what we're going to do today. It's going to be speed reviews. I have some things here in front of me and we're just going to talk about everything. I'm like, where do I even start? Okay, let's start first with this Dior concealer. This is the Dior Forever Skin Correct concealer. So this was a concealer that had been around for a long time. I know it was a lot of people's holy grail favorite concealer, and then Dior has been reformulating a lot of their products. This launched first on the Dior site, and that's where I purchased it from. I purchased it on launch day because I was really curious about this concealer. It is what I have on today, and I have to say, I really like this concealer. I have loved my makeup every time I use this. This concealer is so expensive, and that's why I'm like, I really kind of judge it a little more harshly when, I mean, it's like $40, I think. It's very high. But this concealer, a little goes a long way. And I know I said in one of my videos, a Get Ready With Me or something, where I was saying I have to use less product with this. If I use like the normal amount of concealer, normal for me, then this product feels too heavy. So I have to use a little less. And I think a lot of y'all got really nervous when I was like, it feels heavy if I use too much. For me, I just have to use a little less concealer and I get such a beautiful look, which I think is a great thing because that means I'm using less product. So even though this concealer is at that luxury price point, I'm getting like more use out of it, like more uses. Cost per use, I guess, works out pretty good. I think this is so beautiful. It is what I have under my eyes today, forehead, kind of chin. I think this is a very great full coverage concealer. Now, this is full coverage, but it's not drying. I have oily skin and this does wear really long on me. I put it on when I'm getting ready in the morning. I don't take it off till at night. I've had this on 16 plus hours and it stays looking beautiful. Even though I do have oily skin, I do have some fine lines and crinkles around my eyes. And this concealer doesn't settle weird into any of those fine lines. It has a very skin-like finish to it. Not overly matte, not overly dewy, just that really kind of like natural type finish. I really like this one. My shade is 4WO and I'm so happy I bought this. It really makes me want to try some more of the like newly reformulated products that Dior has been coming out with. Okay, let's talk about another new favorite and then we'll kind of move into something that I don't like. But a new favorite are these Sigma Infinity Point lipsticks. These were sent to me from Sigma and I really like Sigma lip products. I have their liquid lips, their glosses, their lip oils. I really like Sigma lip products. So I was excited to see something new coming out. And before I get like too far into it, let me kind of tell you about this, about this lipstick. So they have this kind of like teardrop shape And when you twist this up, it doesn't spin, it lifts. So it keeps this pointed shape. Genius. Why has nobody done this before? Why has nobody done this before? Like, this is so genius. I watched a video from Sigma where they were just talking about like how they came up with this concept, and I thought that was so cool. But the lipsticks inside are really beautiful. I'm actually wearing the shade New Mod today. New Mod and Peach Tea are probably my most worn shades. Like, if I could only keep two, those are the two I would keep. Now, where did I put New Mod? Here it is. I'm like, I know I set it aside because I was using it. So this is a very creamy lipstick. It feels very hydrating. I think it has some hydrating ingredients in there. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I will link these and everything else I talk about down below. If I have any discount codes, affiliate codes, it'll all be in the description box. But these just feel very hydrating. They feel very beautiful. They're a nice, like, creamy satin bullet lipstick. Like you see on my lips, they don't look overly glossy, definitely not matte at all, very comfortable on the lips. There is a magnetic closure, which I love, because if you do want to like throw this in your purse, throw this in your car, you're not gonna have to worry about the like top coming off. Have you ever put a lipstick in your purse and you like reach in to get it and the tops come off and lipstick is like on everything that you own? It's the worst. So I love that detail of having the magnet, and yeah, these are a new favorite lip formula for me. Okay, so I made my first ever purchase from Spoiled Lips, and Spoiled Lips is a UK-based indie brand, I believe. And I am still trying out some of the things from them, but I did get this highlighter palette. This is, I don't know the name of this, but it was part of their Halloween collection. I have to say, the packaging, 10 out of 10. I think this candy corn is so cute, and I love colorful highlighters. I think they're so fun, but I have to say, this palette is not my favorite highlighter formula. I think it doesn't like sink into the skin. I feel like on me, it just sits on top of the skin. Now, it definitely isn't terrible, nothing like that. I mean, this is the highlight that I'm wearing today. I definitely think it's pretty, but now that I'm like done testing it, I have my full thoughts on it, I don't think I'll reach for this over my other colorful highlighter palettes. And in fact, I've had to make myself use this to make sure that I really have my full thoughts on it. And there have been days where I'm like, I don't really want to use this, but I need to test it again. Let me try it again a different way. And yeah, I just don't love it. I mean, in the pan, it's going to look completely white. Definitely, if you want to see like try-ons with these products, my first impressions, things like that, I do have videos on this. I think on everything that I'm going to talk about, I have videos here on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, across all platforms. You can check out and I'll show you swatches, demos, things like that. But today I'm really just focusing on like follow up, sharing my thoughts. So yeah, I think I'm actually going to pass this on to somebody else in my life who maybe will get some more use out of this, because realistically, I'm not going to reach for this highlighter over some of my other favorite formulas. Let's talk about this primer from Peter Thomas Roth. This is the Peter Thomas Roth Clinical Skincare Instant Firm No Filter Primer. Instantly tightens, firms, blurs the appearance of fine line, pores, and imperfections. Okay. This product is very finicky. You have to use it exactly correct for it to be a good primer underneath makeup. I am wearing this under my makeup today, and I know I used this in a video and several of y'all said it's really meant for people who have deeper wrinkles on their face. Maybe I'll like this more in another 10 years or so. I don't know. But I will say, when I put this on and it's the only thing on my face, it does smooth, and I can kind of feel a little bit of a tightening effect. I think it makes these little lines around my mouth kind of tighten out. And I know that it's like, it's just a temporary effect, right? That's the thing to keep in mind. But I don't know that I love this underneath makeup, because if you use too much, it's going to create like a little bit of peeling on the skin. So the primer will peel up a little bit and the makeup will not set on top. If you don't use enough, you're gonna have places where you just don't have enough product and you're gonna have this uneven type of like texture look to your skin. So this is a product I would recommend if you want those claims. It does do what it claims, but it's a product that requires playing around with, testing. It's definitely not a primer that I'm going to reach for when I don't have plenty of time, because it's not like a no-brainer primer where I'm just pumping out primer, putting it on, going in with my makeup, and it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's a product I have to make sure I don't overuse it. I have to make sure I don't underuse it. And then you put it on and you have to let it set, I think 3 to 7 minutes, which is fine. So this product for me, I like it. I'm going to continue to use it, but I wouldn't say it's like a favorite, although I can see where a lot of people will love this. And I think a lot of people will find this like too temperamental to work with, because like I said, you have to get just the right amount. You have to really pay attention. You have to wait that time. So maybe for like a special occasion, if you have the time, you're like, okay, I really want this little tightening effect. But for me, I don't know that after I use this up, I don't think I'll be repurchasing it. But again, I do like it. I do enjoy it. I'm going to continue to use it. It's just not like a favorite status. Okay, Rare Beauty, I love you for these highlighters. These are the highlighters. Is that their name? No, they probably have a fancier name, but I have the shades Exhilarate. And let me see if I can get it open. I like this packaging. I think this is so cute. It fits in with the Rare Beauty brand. I like how it has like this domed shape to it. I had a lot of people like asking me like if this was a cream to powder highlighter, and no, it's not. It is a powder highlighter. It's just very soft. When you look at it, you would think, oh, maybe it is a cream because of the way like it's kind of domed. It looks so beautiful. I also bought the shade Enlighten, but this is a powder highlighter, and this is an intense highlighter. If you go in with a little amount, it's still going to be more intense than if you went in with like a heavy hand on a subtle highlighter. A light hand with this is still going to be pretty intense. And if you want that, like I could land airplanes or spacecrafts with the light coming from my face, these highlighters are for you. And I've seen so many people here on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, like everywhere saying like highlighters are making a comeback. And I'm over here like, I didn't know they went out of style. I didn't know they went out of style. I've been over here loving highlighters all these years, and I love these. These are intense. If you don't want intensity, this is not the one for you. This is not the one for you. I will steer you towards something else, but these are beautiful. I'm so happy I bought these. I love them. I can see that they keep selling out at Sephora, and I 100% understand why. It's a beautiful formula that sinks into the skin. It still gives you an intense glow, don't get me wrong, but it's not a stripe sitting on top of your cheeks. It's like, woo, light from within, gorgeous, intense, beautiful, everything I love. Okay, let's talk about an eye cream. It takes me a long time to test out skincare, and back during the Sephora Fall VIB sale event, whatever that was, like the first one, I bought this huge Glow Recipe set because Glow Recipe is one of my favorite skincare brands, and it came with their daytime eye cream and their nighttime eye cream. I didn't want to do both of them at the same time. Like I didn't want to test both of them at the same time because I didn't want to like have great results and not know if it was from the day one or if it was from the night one. So I reviewed the Day Eye Serum a little while ago and let y'all know my thoughts on that after having tested it. Well, then after I had my full thoughts on that, I started incorporating the Avocado Melt Retinol Eye Cream. I love this. Okay, I'll start off by saying I don't think everybody of all ages needs an eye cream, but I was really looking to kind of like incorporate that into my routine. Prior to using the day one, the one that's pink, that's recommended more for the day, I wanted to use an eye cream, but I had just been using like my normal moisturizer and sometimes a thicker moisturizer around my eyes, but I wanted to add in some new ingredients. So I have been using this one at night, and it's very good for, it's been fixing that little bit of discoloration that I have in here. And I say fixing, if you have some discoloration, you don't have to fix it. I feel like I wanted to fix that, improve upon it. This is supposed to be good for all skin types. I will say, I take the recommendation that this is good to be used at night because for me and my oily skin, it's definitely too thick to wear under makeup or something like that. I mean, I just scoop a little bit out, pat it under my eyes. I feel like a little goes a long way for me. And yeah, it takes me a while to review skincare, but I'm really, really, really happy I have this. Another skincare thing I'll quickly review. This is a cleanser from Youth to the People. They actually sent me this cleanser and it's taken me a while to really test it out because I had another cleanser I was using. I was like, no, I want to use this up. And this bottle is so luxurious. I posted on Instagram stories about, I was like, oh, I feel like I feel so luxe. I feel expensive having this glass bottle. And I got several messages from y'all telling me that this was your holy grail cleanser. And I see why. This is the Kale and Green Tea Spinach Vitamins Superfood Cleanser. So this one is 8 ounces. So it's a big bottle. You can see I've used a good bit of this. I like to use this at night after I do my oil cleanse to remove all my makeup. Then I will go in with 1 pump of this. It lathers up so well, which I really, really like. And then it just kind of takes everything off and leaves my face feeling very clean, but not stripped and dry. We all have those cleansers where we've washed our face and our face like just feels tight. Like it cleaned it way too much. It feels dry. Even for this oily skin person, this cleanser is very gentle while still getting everything off. And I actually found out that you can buy refills for this and just like refill your bottle. I like that. That's really, 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 really nice. And I'm impressed. I'm impressed with this cleanser. Like this is a new favorite for me. Let's talk about this Makeup by Mario foundation. Okay. This foundation was already appealing to me because Makeup by Mario created it. And celebrity makeup artist, every time I see him do someone's makeup, I'm like, wow. It claims to be like luminous, radiant, but it also claims to be long wear. So I thought, you know, I'm oily skin, but long wear, this MUA knows what they're doing. Let me try this. And I've had so many mixed feelings on this, but I have landed in the camp of I hate it, I'm never using it again. And I'll tell you what. So I used this the first time and it looks so beautiful every time I use it for like the first 2 hours. Definitely radiant, but beautiful. It's so pretty. So after my first couple of times of wearing this, I decided to watch some other people who had my same skin type, who I usually like a lot of their foundation recommendations. I started watching their reviews on the foundation and I saw several people with oily skin saying they love this foundation. It's a new favorite. I've been testing it for I think a little over 2 weeks now, or right at 2 weeks. Every time I use this, at the end of about 6 hours, now mind you, I need my makeup to last all day. 6 hours is not all day for me. But at 6 hours, I was glowy. Now, it didn't break up, but it definitely, I was past the glow and into the oil stage. Like, it was oily. And then some days I could see the mica in it, the like little shimmer in it. Some days I couldn't. But do you see my skin? Do you see all this texture I have going on? These under the skin breakouts. Now, I've been trying some new products, so I'm like, who's the culprit? I noticed after 3 days in a row of wearing this is when those under the skin breakouts came. But, you know, I don't want to spread misinformation. I'm not a cosmetic chemist, but I did look at the ingredients on this, and it seemed like the top 3 or 4 ingredients were definitely something that could be linked to clogged pores. And I started reading the reviews on Sephora, and I saw several other people say I had the worst under the skin breakouts. Not just easy little breakouts, but ones that take a while to go away. I didn't just look at this. I looked at other products I'm testing, and I didn't see any ingredients that would irritate my skin on other things. And usually the ingredients, if they're low on the list, they usually don't irritate me. But this one, coconut was pretty high up there. Again, don't take my word for it. I'm just telling you my experience. I noticed like my skin is not looking the best from this foundation. I did try mixing this with other foundations before I had all the breakouts, and I think it's just time for me to not use this anymore. It's not worth it. I don't want a foundation that causes me any irritation at all. If you love this foundation, I love it for you. Like I said, I have seen people with dry skin say it's their new Holy Grail foundation. I've seen people with oily skin loving this foundation. If you love it, I love it for you. For me, it's never touching my face again. Okay, I have a few more things to talk about. Let's talk about this foundation from Juvia's Place. Now, this to me is much better in terms of long wear and radiant than the Makeup by Mario. This to me has a beautiful radiant finish, but at the end of the day, after 16 hours, I definitely look beautiful and glowy, not gross and oily. You know what I mean? I wore this foundation for, I want to say it was like 14 hours or something. Did I wear this on New Year's Eve? I think so. And I remember getting ready to wash my face, take my makeup off, and my husband was like, your skin looks really good. He was like, that's the new foundation. I was like, yes. I was like, do I look too oily? You know, doing the little check. And he's like, no, it looks really, really pretty. Now, when Juvia's Place first put this foundation up on their site and on Ulta, there were no shade descriptions, but I did okay. This one is a bit on the light side for me, but I bought shade 505, I think, Caracas, and it does have a more golden tone to it, which works pretty good for me. I didn't see any of the new shades having like an olive tone, but now they do have shade descriptions on Ulta and on the Juvia's Place site, so I definitely think I could pick my shade better. Next time I'm in Ulta, I'm going to swatch this. This isn't going to be a new favorite foundation for me, but I do really like it. I think it's really pretty. If you are looking for a radiant longwear foundation, this one does a great job. And when I was looking at the ingredients of this one, it seemed like it had some really nice stuff in there. It does smell so intensely like cherries like when you're first applying it. After a couple minutes it goes away, but it does have some type of cherry extract in here that's supposed to be really good for your skin. Again, I'm not a cosmetic chemist, but I did read some of the benefits of that, and you can definitely smell that cherry at first, so just be warned about that. I don't hate fragrance in my products as long as it's not irritating to me, but this does have an intense scent, but it does go away. I think it's really pretty. I'm going to keep using this one for sure. It's staying around in my collection. I think it's really nice. Now, the powder foundation, it's going to take me a little longer to review. I don't have my full thoughts on that one yet, so you'll probably see that reviewed in a couple of weeks. I've almost got my thoughts, but I want to wear it a few more times. Now, I also bought this primer from OPV. This was done in collaboration with a makeup artist, and this is the Skin Gold Primer. So it has a little bit of a tint to it. It's been a while that I've been testing this primer out, and for me, I'm going to pass this on and give it to someone else. This does have niacinamide in it, I believe, and it has a little bit of gold to it when it goes on. Just a sheer little bit of tint. For me, this doesn't do anything that I want my primers to do. Usually I want my primers to fill in my pores or to grip the makeup on, make it last longer. Like, I want the primer to do something. This to me feels nice and hydrating, smoothing, but for me, it doesn't do anything that just doing good skincare would do for my skin. If I do my normal skincare routine, I have on my moisturizer, that I don't need this. But if you don't have, you know, a way that you like have a daytime moisturizer that you really like that hydrates your skin, you may like this one. It's nice, but it's not something I'm gonna keep using. Okay, this Star Wars mascara. Listen, Pat McGrath Dark Star Mascara. This is a permanent mascara to her line. This is something she's had for a long time. I've just never tried it. She slapped a Star Wars sticker on it. I'm happy she did because it convinced me to buy it. This is one of my new favorite mascaras. This is so good. This is Melt Supernatural Lash Mascara is my favorite mascara of all time. I love it. I've been using it for years. This is right up there with it. The Melt is maybe a little more of a wet formula, but they are very similar. This one's a little more dry, so if you tried the Melt and you thought it was a bit too wet, maybe you will like this one. Again, I'm sad that I'm falling in love with a product that's so expensive. But when it's good, it's good. And mascara is something I don't want to play around with. I want it to give me length and volume. I'm not looking for one over the other. I want length and volume, and I want it to be black, and I want it to not come off on like my skin down here. This checks all the boxes. I love it. Unfortunately, I have a new luxury fave. And all this time, did I have lipstick on my teeth? All this time. I recently tried this stick blush from Persona. This is the Multi-Stick and Bubble. This is nice. Is it my new favorite cream blush formula? No. I'm still going to reach for my Melt cream blush lights or my Natasha Denona cream blushes, or, you know, like, it's good though. I like it. I'll use it when I want to. It's the blush that I have on today, but it's not a new favorite. It's just very nice. I can wear it, you know, and it looks pretty. This Natasha Denona highlighter, I don't know what Natasha Denona is thinking, making this look pink, green, and gold in the pan. Argue with yourself about it. This is a gold highlighter. Everything you see in the photos is a lie until you get to that swatch photo. When you look at the swatch photo that Natasha Denona has and it's just gold, that's what this is. It looks beautiful on the skin, but if you bought this thinking you're going to get some type of colorful, shifty trio chrome highlighter, you're absolutely not. You're going to get a really beautiful gold highlighter. I use it, I like it, but like, it's kind of a knock against it that I was hoping for a pink to green. Last up, let's talk about some Tarte products. Now, I still have a few Tarte products that I'm in the process of reviewing. Not ready to share my thoughts just yet, but I have a few that are new favorites. Okay, Tarte Sculpt Tape. Amazing. Amazing. I bought this from QVC. I got the shade Warm Bronze. Beautiful. Use it every day. I have bought and repurchased the Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand many times. I don't even know how many times. I love it. But Charlotte Tilbury for years only had 2 shades. I don't care. At that point, you're just inviting someone to dupe you because you're not expanding your shades. You're not expanding your shades. Tarte did it better though. As much as I have loved the Charlotte Tilbury, this is even easier to blend. Looks even better on the skin. This is sheer. You can put it on, blend it in, and it's a sheer, beautiful cream bronzer. Add a little more product if you want to build it up, but I love it. It's so easy to work with. It's absolutely beautiful. I love this Tarte product, and I love their Amazonian Clay Blurring Powder Foundation. I have not used this as a powder foundation. I don't wear powder foundation. What I have used this for is buffing in and like finishing off the face. So after I set my under eye concealer, I want to kind of buff in the rest of my face. I have oily skin. I have to set with powders. I'm not about to just put foundation on, not set with powder. I'll take a huge fluffy brush, rub in here, and just kind of tap it onto the skin and then buff it in. It's beautiful. It definitely gives a little bit more of a matte look. So typically if I'm wearing a matte liquid foundation, I'm going to go for a more glowy finishing powder, like my NYX High Glass finishing powder, the Sephora Micro Smooth, the Dior Powder No Powder. But when I'm wearing a radiant foundation, like I've been testing with the Mario and the Juvia's Place, I do go for a little bit more of a mattifying powder to kind of balance out, right? So this powder is so nice and beautiful. I'm sure if you applied it like a powder foundation with a sponge, really packed it on, or buffed it in with a more dense brush, you might like that. I have not tried it that way. I bought it to try it as a finishing powder, and that's what I love it for. I also really think the compact is super cute too. All right, y'all, I really hope that you enjoyed these follow-up speed style reviews. I love testing new products, but I always want to come back and tell you what I think after I've really tried them, because normally if I hate a foundation, I'm going to try it with a different powder, a different primer. If I hate a primer, I'm going to try it with a different film. You know, like, I like to mix it up, try things out, really test things. I hope you enjoyed this. I have some products that I'm almost ready to review. I have some Tarte products I'm looking at. I have that Juvia's Place powder that I'm testing out. So you'll probably have a new speed review from me relatively soon, but I felt like there were enough products that I was ready to give you my thoughts on. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do subscribe before you leave. Thank you so much for watching. I am wearing Lily Lashes Mykonos. I am going to tell you right now, if you bought the Unearthly Cosmetics mystery box and you don't want any spoilers, now is your time to click off the video. Bye. If you're still here, on my eyes, I am wearing Surrender from the Unearthly Cosmetics Valentine's Day mystery box. If you didn't see my video on this palette, you should go watch it. I'm wearing that. I'm trying to think what else I have on my face. I think I told you everything. I told you the blush and the highlight and the lip and the lash and the palette. So thank you for watching. I did film this look. It's either up now or it's coming soon. Have a good day, y'all. Bye.